Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk Movie Review. Today we will be reviewing Dr. Sleep, The Shining, the sequel to The Shining. Quick synopsis. Danny has now grown up and is still trying to deal with everything that happened to him in The Shining. He's pretty much on the run, trying to outrun his past, not really touch the shine anymore. He doesn't want to be that person anymore. When a young girl who finds him, who also shines and is more powerful than him, Danny has to make the decision of helping this girl from a cult of evil people that try to take the shine from the kids, or to bury his head in the sand. Now guys, I know the shine Dr. Sleep has been out for a couple weeks. I did see it the weekend it opened, but again, life has happened, and I haven't been able to get this video out to you, and I apologize for that. But you guys are sleeping on Dr. Sleep. I've seen the box office numbers, and they're not great, and that sucks for this movie. This movie is great. You know me, if you've been watching for a while, I don't do a lot of horror. I won't really call Dr. Sleep horror. It's more, in my mind, a thriller. What was the other word? I can't remember the other word for it. There's not really much horror in this movie. Yeah, there are some really messed up scenes in this movie. I won't say that, and there isn't. But overall, there's not a lot, horror-esque. I'm not being jump scared. I'm not, some monster isn't popping up in my face every 5 seconds trying to make me jump out of my seat kind of horror. Really, I could probably count on my hand how many horrific scenes there are in this movie. And I'm going to apologize for this review because I don't really have any notes in front of me. I didn't write anything down. I just wanted to get out a review for Dr. Sleep because seeing these numbers and seeing that it's not getting the attention that it deserves kind of makes me sad and disappointed, because there's not a lot of good cinema out there all the time, and when there is, we need to go out there and support it. Rebecca Ferguson, Ewan McGregor, and I apologize for the girl, her name in the movie was Araba, and do a fantastic job. I'm not the biggest Ewan McGregor fan, but he kills it in this movie. He plays Danny so well, plays having the trauma and trying to deal with it and live a normal life really well. Rebecca Ferguson, she plays pretty much the big bad in this movie, and we do get her point of view too, which is really great, because we don't get that a lot in the movies. We get that, there are these big bad people and they're coming after the good guys, but we don't really fully understand why they're coming after the good guys. But we get that view. We get why, their motivation of why they're trying to go after these kids, why they're taking the shining from them, and how it's becoming more and more difficult for them because the shine isn't really out there as much as it used to be back in the past. Rebecca Ferguson does a great job in this movie, and she gives me hope because I've looked her up and she's playing Lady Jessica in the 2020 Dune, so I can't wait to see her in that role because I think she'll do a phenomenal job in that. And then the actress that plays Araba, again, I'm sorry, I'll put the name down below for her. As a teenage actress, she killed it. I applaud Stephen King and her for this role that they created, because so many times in horror thriller movies we get the kid is being stalked or hunted by these people, and the only thing we see is the kid is scared, running away, and doesn't know how to handle this. And she's like, nope, you are not chasing me. I am not going to be afraid of you. I have power as well. I'm going to use my power and I'm going to take you down. And that is awesome. Some of the scenes with her were really well done. I was like, holy crap, girl, you go for it. Go, girl. You are kicking butt. And again, guys, you are sleeping on this movie. If you haven't seen it, you have to go out and see Dr. Sleep. I will say it is the sequel to The Shining, and there are some Shining callbacks in this movie. But I'm going to say, for the most part, you don't really need to see The Shining to understand what happened to Danny and what happens in some of the scenes of this movie. Because in the beginning, it does throw back more to The Shining, and even towards the end, it does throw back to The Shining more. But that's pretty much it. The bookends, the beginning and the end of this movie have callbacks to The Shining, but the in between, it's pretty much a standalone movie in my opinion. You don't really need to see it, and they kind of do explain it enough that you get enough information that you don't have to worry about, did I miss something for not going to see or rewatching The Shining. Now, I meant to go rewatch The Shining before I saw Dr. Sleep, but again, life got in the way. I didn't have the time, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go see Dr. Sleep and see what it's all about. And I have to say, I enjoyed it thoroughly. If I had to make one complaint, I will say it came towards the end in the third act, and this kind of makes the joke that It Chapter 2 did with the writer not always having bad endings. This ending wasn't bad. I just expected more between Rebecca Ferguson and Danny, or Ewan McGregor's character, and Araba. There wasn't. It was, the climax didn't happen as well as I would expect, with all the build-up and suspense that they drew to this conclusion, and so that'd probably be my only complaint. But guys, that's what I thought of The Dr. Sleep, and I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 Sheps. This movie is really well done. I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was sitting through a 2.5-hour movie. Kept me engaged. I really enjoyed it. If I enjoyed a horror thriller type movie, it's good in my opinion. So 5 out of 5 Sheps. Do yourself a favor, if you've not seen Dr. Sleep yet, go out there, see Dr. Sleep. It's worth the price of admission. It sucks to see that it's not being number 1 at the box office. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next episode. Our review.